HQ. Let's make sure we live on both of those. Okay. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. I wanted to make sure to chat. Appreciate you, fam. Yo, Maury. Yo, yo, yo. We got Aiden in the building. Yo. Just making sure I'm live on all platforms. Y'all bear me for 1 second, okay? Okay, got TV up. Aiden in the building. All right, we got TV up. I want to make sure I got HQ up now. Okay, HQ's up. Bet. What's happening, y'all? What's happening, y'all? So, make sure y'all drop a like on the video. I appreciate the support once again. We are back with another live stream. And again, it's 2026, man. It's 2026. And 2026 is the time to be consistent, the time to be more intentional. And listen, I'm going to be covering anything that sparks my interest, anything that I think can, further the conversation. And, that's just what we're going to do. Now I have a long topic list. I know for a fact the stream's going to be, this stream's going to at least be an hour. Facts. Excuse me. Facts. But let's start off with a couple of excuse me. Let's start off with a couple of some funny ass reels. So I was watching a couple highlights, right? And I think the who are they going up against? The Celtics. Was it the Heat? Yo, this is hilarious. Yo, so after Colin Murray, right? He literally, and I'm not gonna lie, when he went up for this dunk, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, whoa. But the funny thing behind this is Jason Tatum's reaction. He's like, oh shit.
Big reason why they force a lot of turnovers and then they get out and run.
He's like, oh shit.
It's a big
bro, why does leg fidget like that?
Reason why they force a lot of turnovers and then they get out and run.
Nah, but he had to keep his composure. Big
reason why they force a lot of turnovers and then they get out and run.
Yo, his left leg. I ain't gonna lie, that shit's funny as fuck, dude. That's funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, that's funny. That is fucking funny. But the topic of discussion, right? So the topic of discussion is Trae Young. So Trae Young has officially been traded to the Washington Wizards. And there's a lot of conversations surrounding this topic, particularly whether like who won the trade. And honestly, you can go either way. Obviously the the Atlanta Hawks, they got roster, not roster, but they got cap space, and they're essentially building around Jalen Johnson and depth, and they have a pretty good young squad. Now, as far as the Washington Wizards, a lot of people had their opinion on that organization. For Trae Young, he's going into a situation where he can help a young squad. Obviously, he's going to be the lead guard, and he's going where the money is. He's going where the money is. He's definitely going to get a max contract. I know there was some, there was a post that came out saying that he's going to think about whether he's going to look at how the season plays out. I guess you can say next year, because they're not doing shit this year, of course, and I don't even think they're going to do anything regardless. But not to disrespect the Wizards, they're a great young team, but he's going to get the max. He went to the team that's going to give him the money. And it is what it is. What's good, Maury, bro? What's good? Now, obviously, the Washington Wizards gave them CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. Corey Kispert is a great sniper. I think he's great for the Atlanta Hawks motion offense. Now that you know, it's not Trae Young centric anymore. He's gone. It's gonna be more Jalen Johnson centric, but Jalen Johnson's a guy who can do everything. He's versatile, 6'8", I think he's 6'7", 6'8". Can do it all, right? Now, let me so by the way, so when Trae Young got traded, right? He was actually traded while he was on the bench. And I actually posted Trae throws up the peace sign after hitting his routine sitting shot. Bro knew he was out. Trae Young knew it was over. He knew what it was. I mean, reports came out saying that, you know, him and the Atlanta Hawks organization, him and his representation was working on the trade. So and he also was seen saying goodbye to his teammates.
This was the scene here at State Farm Arena moments ago. Nothing official at all. But the rumors are circulating that a potential trade between Atlanta and Washington involving Trae Young is going to happen. And Trae coming out.
I think it was made official at this time. I don't know if I think it was official at this point in the game.
And it looks to me, Nick, like he's saying some goodbyes here as he walks over toward the Atlanta bench.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. And, you know, it's crazy when you get to this point in the career and things like that happen. It's still emotional.
Is that DC Youngfly? That's dope.
Yeah, no, for all the parties involved.
I think this is him walking to the tunnel now.
This was the scene here at State Farm.
That's dope. Now, a lot of people had mixed reactions, in particular Isiah Thomas. Former Pistons legend, Isiah Thomas. He had his opinion on, you know, the organization trading Trae Young while he was in the game. Well, not in the game, but while he was on the bench. And he said, the Hawks should have treated one of their all-time greats with more respect.
You know, very, you know, in my opinion, very unprofessional to trade a player like that during the middle of the game. It happens. But, you know, I just think the Players Association right now, they need to get a better handle on how trades are made, how humane the treatment is for the player, and also for the teams. A lot of times the players are finding out via shams, or, you know, someone in the audience will know before they do. They have family, these are human beings, and they're, you know, a lot of times we like to use the words assets, but, you know, let's not forget, you know, that these are human beings with family, and there needs to be some parameters around when and how a trade is announced. You know,
I'll be honest with you. I don't think Trae Young really cares. Now I see where Isiah is coming from. It is sort of kind of crazy to be traded while you're in a game, during, like, you're at a game. Maybe the NBA will possibly look to fixing how that process works, but this nigga was ready to leave. Like, Trae Young wasn't. He doesn't give a fuck. I don't think he gives a fuck. But I want to know what you guys think about that in particular. I mean, some people might care, some people might. So I don't give a fuck. But let me know what y'all think about that. But I want to transition to the Atlanta Hawks, who released a I think it was a tribute video. Do I have that here? I'm gonna play that tribute video for you guys. Let me see if I can find it.
Nah,
Where is it?
This is what I dreamed of. This is the moment that I was waiting for. I'm super excited to be going to Atlanta.
Guard, 6'1" from Oklahoma, number 11, Ice Trae.
Yo, I'm gonna turn the music. I should probably turn the music off. I don't know. Hope I don't get copyrighted.
Tonight Now Kevin looking, goes with an alley-oop. It's knocked away. And Trae picks it up, puts it up, and it goes in. Trae Young just won the game.
2 seconds, one. Trae's floater. Young on the floater, puts it in. Trae Young with a miraculous shot.
As Young fires from away, downtown and takes him out.
Starts. 6 seconds left. Trae against Brown. 3 for the win. He's gone. Win 1.8.
I love it, man. The fans are great. It's fun to have that support. I mean, I'm always trying to represent them the best way I can.
Midcourt to win it.
Nah, Trae Young's nutmeg was pretty crazy. Like, he was nutmegging everybody, no matter who he was.
He did not.
Just a kid from Oklahoma who worked extremely hard, and even though people may have had a lot of doubts, it's never stopped me from wanting to work hard and achieve my dreams.
Pretty dope stuff, pretty dope stuff. Pretty dope stuff. Okay. So Trae Young will officially be, I think, number 3. I think it's official. He'll be number 3 for the Washington Wizards. This is his jersey. He got to Washington fast. I was like, how the fuck is he there already? It was quick as hell. But let's play the full introductory press conference. And this is going to be a bit long. So if you're not interested, I don't blame you for leaving, but we got to watch all this, okay?
Good?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get rolling. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all here tonight. Today's a very exciting day for basketball fans across the DMV. As an organization, Trae, we want to officially welcome you here to DC. You guys have all seen it. You guys have seen him play basketball. He plays an exciting brand of basketball that we're looking forward to seeing here. He just plays with a level of confidence, a level of competitiveness that we feel like we'd like to add. And it's what sets him apart when you watch him play amongst the other guards in the league. So happy to have him here. Trae's been a force since he got in the league. Day one, rookie year, he evolved into one of the best in elite proven playmakers. And that's something that we're going to be continuing looking for while he's here. I know the front office, the evaluators, we feel extremely strongly about his ability to amplify the young talent that we have, the young talent that we're going to keep adding to the team as we go through the player development process that we are going to stick to here in DC. So we had dinner last night. Even though he's entering the beginning of his prime, he's got a lot of basketball left in him. And he's got a lot of goals and aspirations that he wants to reach. And we're here to help him do that and continue his player development process because, as you guys know, that's our motto. You come here, you get better, you work on your game, and he's going to continue to do that while amplifying others. So, again, we're excited to add to the rebuild of the organization. But I do want to pause for 1 second because I do think it's important to acknowledge that there's 2 sides to every trade. And I do want to recognize that for a second and say thank you to Corey Kispert, who ultimate professional. When Michael and I first got here, he was one of the few guys that was able to stay because he understood what it was about, who he was as a human, who he was as a worker, a professional. He left this place better, and I want to thank him and his wife and his family for his time in D.C. And obviously CJ's time was a little shorter, but he still had a significant impact in how he led and what he taught our young guys and left this place better. So we wish them both well and want to say thank you to them. But again, when Michael and I, we got here 2.5 seasons ago, I guess it is now, and we're still on the road to rebuilding the team. We wanted to emphasize a few things and the importance on remaining flexible throughout the rebuild, the importance of thinking in layers and stacking things up, and then I would say being flexible and being opportunistic and doing that while finding players that fit towards our long-term vision, which is sustained success. And I think looking back on the trade we made today, that reflects well on all those principles. So Trae aligns with what we're trying to do. We are happy to have him here in DC. I've seen him in so many different jerseys, starting with North, Norman High School, Mocan, AAU, McDonald's, Hoop Summit with the USA on his chest, to Boomer Sooner, OU, to his professional career. I'm excited that the next jersey he's going to be wearing will be one of the Washington Wizards. So with that, I'll open it up for questions and officially welcome Trae to DC.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Start with Josh, third row. Right side. Trae, Josh Robbins with The Athletic. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yep. You were said to want to be here more than any other team. Why is that? What was it about this situation and city that made you want to be here?
I think there was a lot of factors. I think for me, there's a lot of different directions I could have went, as far as my goals and what I want my legacy to be at the end of the day. And for me, just being able to have an impact on my teammates and people around me, I feel like I did a good job of that as a young player in Atlanta. So being able to be a vet and doing it with these young guys here, I feel like I have more experience and more things that I can give these young guys. And I'm just super excited. This is, for me, DC is overlooked as far as a big market. In the NBA, I feel like this is a big market, and I just feel like I'm.
I mean, DC did have some, pretty big time players. At one point, they had Bradley Beal, they had John Wall. I mean, they had Michael Jordan, in his later time in his career. But you got to remember, Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, who dropped 60 on the Lakers. I mean, DC isn't that, they had some pretty good players.
Be able to come into an opportunity to be myself. I'm around people that obviously have known me for a long time and know the type of person I am and the type of winner I want to be. And I know it's a day-by-day process. I know what it takes. So it's not going to be easy. But I know this is a place that I'm excited about, and I was excited about whenever I heard it could be a possibility.
Hey, Will, Noah Trister with the AP. Just aside from, the availability, what made this the right time in your rebuild to try to make a move like this? And did the teams, I guess, improve results over the last few weeks? Did that play a role in it?
I think as an organization, we have a long-term plan, and we're not going to do anything that deviates from that. As I kind of explained earlier, I think Trae fits into what we're trying to do based on the development of a lot of the other players and how he's going to help amplify them. So we're always going to be, like I said, opportunistic. And when you have a 4-time All-Star, All-NBA player available who wants to come to DC and help make it what we want it to be, it was an easy partnership and an easy decision, to be honest with you.
Gerardo Lopez, Cultura Sports. Trae, welcome, bienvenido.
Nice.
You are a proven high caliber player, 4-time All-Star, with criticism coming from everywhere nowadays. How do you manage the outside noise?
Man, I'm comfortable in my skin. I know who I am. I know the people that are really around me every day, they know who I am, and whatever stuff comes out. I mean, there's so many fake things that come out that I just let slide, and because I know the people around me really understand it, and I know one day when I do ultimately win, like we all do here, all that negativity will flip and be positive, and stuff like that wouldn't even come out and even be brought up. So for me, I'm a big believer in faith, and I believe everything happens for a reason. I'm just riding that wave, and I know sometimes you got to go down to get up. And for me, I just sometimes let things slide, and I deal with it because I know who I am.
Hi, Trae, Gene Wong with the Washington Post. Welcome to DC. Have you had a chance to kind of interact with your new teammates yet, and kind of what have the conversations been like so far?
Oh yeah, I definitely have. This morning I got to shoot around, and it was exciting. And I was looking forward to it. I thought I would see him yesterday, but I heard Chris had some stuff going on, and so they couldn't see me yesterday when I toured the arena. But going to shoot around this morning, seeing Alex Sarr. I told Bilal he got me a couple times these last few years. So I'm glad I'm on his side now. We can work together on trying to get some other guys. But it's cool. Like, there's so many young guys here, and they're so mature too. Like, as young as they are, you can see the maturity in them. Like the want to learn. Like, some of them have been asking me some questions already. Trae and like those guys they're just sponges. You can tell, and they're gym rats. And to piggyback off CJ, like CJ, hearing him talk about the organization earlier this season, and I mean that was a big viral thing about how this is all changing around here. And I think, I mean, you can, for me, just being here this past 24 hours, you can tell this is a lot different than what people can from the outside may see.
And one thing I'll add on that, just like the conversations we've had about basketball, about the team, he obviously processes at a very high speed and knows the game, but he's a junkie of the game and watches it. So he already knows the idiosyncrasies of some of our guys and what they can and can't do and where they're going to be going. So he walked in with the knowledge playing against these guys, but with a healthy respect for them too, where he's going to be able to pick up right away. It's going to be good.
Follow up to that, Trae, is you had a taste of a playoff run early in your career. How can the wisdom from that impact the rest of the guys in the locker room?
I mean, for me, it can help a lot. Like, I played with a guy like in Lou Will that was his deepest run, and who had played 18 seasons in the NBA. And so for me, I understand like how hard it is to even get to that point. And so for these young guys, I think just understanding that it's a day-by-day process. Like, you can't skip steps. You can't look too far ahead. You got to focus on each and every day and focusing on how can you get better. And just from being around here this short time that I have been, that's the focus around here. And I love that. That's how I've been raised and grew up thinking that's how I would be able to be in this position today. And that's why I'm glad to be here.
Hi, Trae. Bijan Todd, Monumental Sports Network.
Yes, sir.
Branching off of Gene's first question, you being a true point guard on the floor with the Wizards' young core that's already intact, how do you feel like you can mesh on the floor with them, and how can you help guys like Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, Bilal Coulibaly, Alex Sarr? How can you help them get better?
Man, for me, like, one of my favorite players growing up was Steve Nash and Chris Paul as well. So for me, I always learned that the ball brings energy, gives energy. And so that's why I love passing. And I know as soon as, I run a pick and roll with Alex, I get him a little drop off to a dunk or a lob, or I see Bilal cutting and he gets the ball and it's not just cutting just to cut. I mean, that builds chemistry, that builds trust. And I mean, they got to know I give effort on the other end too, and they're going to see that, and that's how you build trust with your teammates. And that's just something that, I mean, it'll happen over time as we play. With each other, and we just got to continue to get those reps up.
Alex Phone with DC News Now. Welcome to DC. Trae, obviously, you and everyone in the NBA wants to win a title one day, right? So
yeah.
when you look at this Wizards team, what kind of potential do you see in this roster for you teaming up with them and whatever Will and Michael want to build going forward to get to that top point? And is that a big part of why you came here?
Of course. I mean, you don't want to go somewhere and just expect to lose your whole time there. I mean, for me, I understand, where we're at right now and where we want to go. So for me, like I said, over and over again, it may sound like a broken record, but this is a day-by-day process. And, including this.
All right. So it's pretty cool that, Trae Young seems to be in a situation that he favors. And we'll see what happens in the coming days. There was a report that came out. Hold on, let me show you. I have to share this with you guys. There was a report that came out saying that there's a possibility that Trae Young may not play at all for the Wizards this season. It says here, Trae Young may not play for the Wizards. Now, it could be because the Wizards are tanking, or I think the Knicks may have their rights to their pick. I'm not sure. I think if the I'm not sure what the exact details are surrounding that, but I think if the if the Wizards are a top 8 seed, the Knicks I believe the Knicks get their pick. I might be wrong there, but They're currently, what are they in the last I checked, they were 14th. Yeah, they're 14th in the Eastern Conference, so they're not doing shit. Cool. All right, so Jaylen Brown had a lot to say after the Celtics game against the San Antonio Spurs, and he went off. He went off, but he was like, it was like a calm, like, snap, right? So let me play this clip here for you guys. There was actually a video of somebody breaking this down perfectly. Perfect.
Welcome back to NBA Cinema, guys. So look, we got to talk about it as Jaylen Brown has called out the entire NBA, the officiating that goes on in the NBA, and how he feels like.
Yeah, so he I think he tweeted this like right after the game, saying, "Find me, I'm sick of this shit." And the reason he's saying "find me" is, check this out.
I'll accept the fine at this point. I thought it was some bullshit tonight. I thought that, I think they're a good defensive team, but they ain't that damn good. I thought and I hope somebody can just pull up the clips, because it's the same shit every time we play a good team. It's like they refuse to make a call and call touch fouls on the other end, and that's just extremely frustrating, bro. Like, we play hard. We are outplaying our expectations. We compete hard on the defensive end, and they reward the other team with touch fouls, and we go down there and guys are allowed to get away with it. I hope just somebody please pull it up. Every time we play a good team, the inconsistency is crazy. I'll take the fucking fine. Curtis, all them dudes was terrible tonight. I don't care. They can find me whatever they want, but it's crazy. Every time we play a good team, it's the same bullshit.
Dang, Jaylen Brown ain't having it, bro.
Somebody please pull up the clips. I'm irate how the official. I'll edit the game.
It continues
today. If we can't get to the free throw line and teams are allowed to be physical and bump us off our spots and et cetera, then it's hard to win games like that. We shot 4 free throws tonight and lost the game by 4. Not to say that's the whole game, the whole story. We got to be better in spots. I got to be better in spots, but goddamn, like, I'm driving to the basket. I'm physical. I don't flop. I don't shy away from contact. I go up strong. I'm athletic, and nothing. I had 0 free throws tonight. The inconsistency is fucking crazy. Give me the fine.
I mean, shit. How much Jaylen Brown making this year? Cause that shit. Hold on. We pocket watching, y'all. Yeah, my boy making 53 53 M's this season. So, a little, this is probably a $50,000 fine. It's pennies on the dollar to Jaylen Brown. But I mean, the Celtics did shoot 4 free throws. Let's look at the stats. Jaylen, it's funny, bro. Waiting for at this point, we're waiting for the report to come out that he's being fined. But so they played the Spurs yesterday. All right, let's see. January 10th. Box score. Let me zoom in. So, as a team, the San Antonio Spurs shot 20 free throws. They had 20 free throw attempts. And the Celtics had 4. So, obviously, this could be the root to Jaylen Brown's frustration. And I mean, I kind of understand, because again, sometimes, and a lot of people were saying that the Thunder get away with this. Sometimes these refs are just blind. But Jaylen Brown's funny because, I mean, Jaylen Brown doesn't really he doesn't shy away from contact, and he doesn't really engage in, the sort of kind of foul baiting that a lot of these players do, right?
Great, but gotta finish.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a tough bucket he made though. Let me see if I can play that for you guys. Check out this bucket by JB, man.
Brown switched on to Wembanyama. Whoa. Steps it back. Oh my goodness!
That shit was on Wemby. What the fuck?
What are we watching? Brown switched on to Wembanyama. Whoa. Steps it back. Oh my goodness! What are we watching?
Nah, we gotta. Did y'all see the arc on that shit? Doesn't Wemby have like an 8-foot wingspan? At least something around that, like that realm.
Brown switched on to Wembanyama. Whoa. Steps it back.
That shit it was out the frame at one point.
Oh
Nah. Nah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I mean, JB did say, you know, y'all remember when JB did call out JB says SGA flops. JB. Or is Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown. SGA.
Say Shay. Shay nice. Nice as fuck. I don't like the foul bait and shit, but Shay nice. Shay, you gotta give it to him. You don't be foul baiting? It's a difference between drawing a foul and then flopping.
Y'all think JB flops? I don't know JB to be a person that people complain about. Oh, he flops a lot. I don't. Nah.
It's like flopping is like acting like you got hit and you didn't get hit. If you got fouled, you got fouled.
Oh, he did that to you before?
I mean, everybody does. A lot of. I would say Shay.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, JB, bro. You're definitely getting fined though. You're definitely gonna get fined. But like we said, it's pennies on the dollar. You making 56 million this year, so a little fine ain't gonna hurt. It is what it is. Shout out to JB, bro. He went off. He's been having a great season so far. A lot of people wrote him out, saying that, you know, he couldn't lead the Celtics, and you know, where the Celtics at right now? Third in the East. 24-14. Y'all give JB his respect, man. Y'all give him his respect, bro. I'll give him his respect. All right. This is going to be the topic of the stream, of the live stream. This is going to be the topic of the live stream. So Isiah Thomas, and we're not talking about the one you guys are probably thinking about. We're talking about former Pistons legend, former NBA player Isiah Thomas. He recently appeared on the Run It Back FDTV podcast. I think it's a show where it features Chandler Parsons, I don't know the name of the woman, and Lou Will. And I think sometimes the DeMarcus Cousins make some appearances. Well, he came out and basically spoke about Michael Jordan. And he says he doesn't understand why today's generation still hypes up Michael Jordan over players like LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. Now, big backlash. Big widespread reaction, right? Because I posted this on the page a couple days ago, and this shit got 110 comments. Now I also posted it on Threads as well, and bro, I'm not gonna lie, when Threads goes up, you sparked you definitely sparked the conversation. You did something right. So I posted the same post on Threads as well, and it got, I think, 4 times the amount of comments than our Instagram page. By the way, follow me on Threads, follow me on Instagram, BBALLUNLOCKED. Appreciate it. Look how many comments this shit got on Threads, guys. 776 comments. Yo, the Jordan fanboys have galvanized, and they are here to protect their god, Michael Jordan. But let me pull up the actual clip from Running Back FDTV, where Isiah Thomas, And I'm not gonna lie, he sort of kind of did downplay Michael Jordan's legacy in a way. But I will let you guys decide. I want to give you guys complete, full context. Okay, let me find it. Here we go.
Yeah, we were not going to have a hype video for Isiah Thomas. Okay, so we got you here. We got the Hall of Famer with us. We've been talking to you for the last, I don't know, several 20 minutes. But now we really want to get to you and everything that you think about the difference between your time, this time, all that's going on in the league. And there's so much talk. And I know it's like, oh, the old guys, the young guys. When you watch what's happening today, who do you think, or what percentage of players in the league today would have been great when you played?
I think a great majority of them still would have been great. I think Durant still would have been great in our era. I think, LeBron.
All right, so it's hold on. They have timestamps, so here we go.
No, I'm fascinated by sort of the comparisons.
OG, there's always a debate about the golden era of basketball. Some think it's right now. Others think it was more your era, mid-'80s, early '90s. What's your take on that?
Our era is considered to be the golden era. This is what I don't understand about your era, right? You guys are playing with arguably the greatest player to ever play. And excuse me when I say this, but y'all treat him like he ain't nothing. And I'm talking wow. Right? Y'all act like, y'all instead of pubbing y'all era up, y'all go back and say our era was the greatest. Oh, Michael Jordan was the greatest. Nobody could ever be greater than Michael Jordan, right? Okay, and then you turn around, but in your era, LeBron James sitting there, he holding every single basketball record. I mean, every single one of them. And you're looking at a Kevin Durant and you're looking at a Steph Curry, but then when y'all say who the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes and, gave you some warm-ups.
Some shoes and warm-ups? Oh, nah, gang. Nah, this is personal. Nah, this is personal. This is personal. Yo, Isiah Thomas really gonna downplay Jordan legacy like that? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, on this show, for the record, me, Boogie, and Lou will all agree that LeBron's the greatest.
No, I'm an MJ person, but Isiah, I'm 50 years old. Like that's what made me love basketball was Michael Jordan. I'm not just gonna change my mind. He could be second.
Second's not bad.
Here's what will make you change your mind on, or at least critically think about, right? And I'm a historian of the game, and I'm not a hater. I'm just when I speak facts, people think it's hate. But you can't in no sports category, when we talk about track, when we talk about tennis, when we talk about football, baseball, the arguably the best players or athletes in those sports, they hold the world records. I know we talk about Jordan, but he leads in no statistical basketball category. But yet we say there's an argument about him being the best.
Let me tell you why I know Isiah Thomas he's using more emotion than actual, I guess you can say logic. Don't get me wrong. I'm a LeBron fan. I was born in '95. So to me, LeBron's the GOAT because that's who I watched. Jordan, I think Jordan already won. By the time I was born, I think he already had like 4 chips. And my other brother, he was born in '98. By the time he was born, Jordan had 6 rings. He three-peated twice. So I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a big LeBron fan. I'm also a Jordan fan. But I use logic. In the game of basketball, right? What is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to win a championship. That's the end all be all. When you win a championship in the league, you're essentially telling your peers, your teams, the teams that are in the same league, you're the best. And Jordan did it not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times. He did it 6 times with 2 3-peats in the process. You cannot beat 6 championships. Now, granted, LeBron James, I'll say LeBron James has a better career from a statistical standpoint. His longevity really has impacted, you know, him getting so many of these stats, which also makes him so great. The fact that he's able to play this long, because it's a testament to, you know, how much he took care of his body. But for Isiah Thomas to make it seem like because Jordan doesn't, you know, lead all the time scoring points, or he doesn't lead in statistical categories, who cares? He won the most, well, not the most, but he won a lot of championships. And Isiah Thomas also talks like Jordan didn't, you know, I think Jordan has like 10 scoring titles. You know, granted, he did play 13 years. And again, I'm not saying that we have to downplay LeBron's, you know, overall career, because again, LeBron's my GOAT. But I don't get mad at people who say Jordan's the GOAT because he won more championships. Because what is the ultimate goal in the NBA? Is to win a championship. Right? So, you know, I feel like this. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this Jordan and LeBron debate is nuanced. Like, it's very. There's so many things you can say. That's why I don't really like feed too much into it, because people are gonna say, "Oh, but if Jordan if you're going by rings, Bill Russell's the GOAT." Bro, nobody's saying Bill Russell's the GOAT. If we're being real, like I'm talking about the modern NBA. If we're being real, bro, Bill Russell. Nobody has Bill Russell as the GOAT. Come on, bro. That's why people who say shit like that, I'm like, oh, okay, bro. Yeah, you got it. I don't really argue about, like, you know, I don't really argue this whole, like, Jordan LeBron thing. I don't obsess over it, because I feel like it sort of kind of diminishes these players' greatness. You can appreciate LeBron and Jordan without having to say, oh, you know what I'm saying? But back to the main point, though. Isiah Thomas, he's clearly still upset about the fact that Jordan, you know, people say is the reason he didn't, you know, make the dream team.
But then when you look at Kareem and you look at LeBron, those guys lead in several statistical categories. But yet we say somebody else is better. And, you know, I'm just giving you like the evidence.
All right, I'm gonna end it here, okay? Because I want to show you guys the reactions on my pages, okay? You guys go crazy on Instagram. Y'all love Jordan, man. I mean, I get it. He's the GOAT, bro. The shoes, you know, the aura, the mystique, the game winners. You know, shit. I'm not mad at it, bro. So here it is, man. Somebody says nobody is saying LeBron is nothing. Stop it. Just not the GOAT. That's all. Peace. Somebody else says, goofy. Somebody else says, Isiah knows ball. Somebody else says, he's right, and that's how they treat Bron. Somebody says, facts. Somebody says, no. Now, again, I also see I can also see it from the point where a lot of people sort of kind of, you know, that's just the thing to talk about. LeBron Jordan. That's the biggest thing. And it sort of kind of diminishes these great players like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, because they're GOATs too. Steph Curry with changing the game. Kevin Durant being as tall as he is, having guard-like skills. We are yet to find a Kevin Durant copy. Now, Michael Porter Jr., that motherfucker been balling. Honestly, in my opinion, Michael Porter Jr. is the closest Kevin Durant copy I've ever seen in this league. That's just my opinion. I feel like Michael Porter Jr., what he's showcasing this season, leading the Nets, averaging 25 plus, shooting about 50% from the field, 40% from three. This is a Kevin Durant disciple. Kevin Durant disciple. But again, I understand where Isiah Thomas, you know, is saying, you know, it sort of kind of diminishes these other players that deserve some credit too, right? To be praised. And, you know, not saying that they don't, but the conversation. Now, let's go to threads. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys on threads. You got 700 comments, by the way, guys. 700 comments. 700. You guys went crazy on this shit, dog. It says, okay, so this one guy says, IT beat MJ multiple times. He beat Bird, he beat Magic. Those are considered two of the greatest players ever. Jordan beat Drexler, Karl Malone, and Barkley. That's okay, but it's not anything constantly. It's not anything to constantly boost to the level MJ fans do. Bron beat KD, Harden, Russell, Steph, Clay, Draymond, Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, Jokic, and he put the belt to Kobe ass and all the regular season games as well as all-stars from 2010 and onwards. Many who will be in the top 25 to 50 after their careers are over, which that's a fair point. I mean, Jordan did play against some Hall of Fame talent, but the talent LeBron had to face, I'll say this. I don't think people are crazy for saying some of the talent LeBron faces today is a bit more, and it's all about evolution, right? As the game moves forward, players get better. It's natural. But I'm gonna end it with this, guys, because like I said, you guys on Threads, man, and by the way, if you guys follow me on Threads, you guys can check out the comments yourself. I just wanted to share a couple of them on Instagram and Threads. One more. I'll share one more. One guy says, regardless of who you think is the GOAT, let's make one point clear. Isiah is still salty. I think he is. But here's a clip, right? So you guys y'all did y'all homework. Somebody dug up a clip of Isiah Thomas basically saying Jordan's the GOAT. Now, granted, people can easily do this, right? I'm pretty sure at that time Isiah Thomas didn't think, maybe or think Bron will become who he is today, but check this out.
Also, his knowledge is believable in terms of his quickness, his strength, his jumping ability, his touch, and also his knowledge and understanding for the game. He by far, is the best I've ever seen. And Irvin's my boy, but Air, yeah, it's so nuts. Yeah, he real sweet. Yeah, I mean the dude. You see what he be doing? Yeah. And they like we in high school. Believable in terms of his quickness, his strength, his jumping ability, his touch, and also his knowledge.
Yeah, man. Well, let me know what you guys think about this topic, man. It's clear as day that Isiah Thomas is still upset over the
era is
not just the the Dream Team thing, but also the fact that Michael Jordan called him out on the Last Dance documentary, calling him an asshole. So yeah. All right, two more topics, guys. We're approaching an hour, and I think these next three topics I have should be good. All right, so this is funny. So Rich Paul and Fat Joe. So actually, Rich Paul made an appearance on Fat Joe's podcast, and they were talking about the debate on who's the GOAT between MJ and Bron. And I think it was a hilarious interaction. So let me play that for you guys. Check this out. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Before we go any further, so we never had to have this discussion again, can you please tell him King James can never be traded unless
I saw that, Joe. I was wondering where you was going with that.
Take his talent.
Go there.
Can you
What
just,
was you say? You followed some.
No, I got
said,
it. No,
you
I don't
just
follow nothing.
No,
I don't
you
go
said
against
you
the king.
saw somebody say something, and it
I don't go
confirmed your
against the
thought.
king. What I said is this league historically has been about rebuilding.
And when they got a bunch of young kids balling the way they balling, they got a bunch of white boys too at that balling over there, dropping 35, 40 points a game, right? Going crazy over there. The King took a little bit off for the sciatica. I'm wondering if he's going to see this. He might have fucked up because I don't think he has sciatica. If you really want me to tell you what I really want to say,
Nah,
I think he said, yo, let me just sit
Nah, you never had to play
show
with
these guys what they could do on their own, and they
Nah, he wasn't buying that sciatica report beginning of the season.
fucked around and showed.
This is why I have a show.
Get him. Okay, come on.
Because if you want the real,
Yeah,
you got
we
to come
asked you.
see us.
Oh, you full of shit too.
That ain't that.
You made me some promises that ain't never
You're a
happened.
damn lie.
You a liar.
How?
You told me guys were coming to the Knicks. That thing you represent.
can't
Them
make-
motherfuckers went to Afghanistan. They ain't come
Well,
over
they
here.
They gave him more money in that. The Knicks probably didn't have the money.
I came here bragging so hard. You told me one time somebody was coming in. I was so gassed. I was ready to bet. I would have went to fucking.
I was probably trolling, Joe.
Yeah, you was trolling me. You definitely joking. The motherfucker ain't come nowhere near here.
No, but listen, you don't play with sciatica, first of all. So, but again, now you can't be traded. He has no trade clause, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you wanted to trade, it's just people just say the craziest things. I saw all of that, though. I was just like, yes, this is why I'm doing a show. Because you got to get the real. That's not really real. It's great clickbait, but it's not like the real. The reality of it is you make $54 million at that age.
That's out of control.
Talk slow
Yeah.
to him. Rich.
No, no,
It's-
talk
it's-
slow. Now, I'm on point today, is what I'm trying to tell you. He can
Yeah,
talk
but listen.
fast.
So
hello.
So it's what Jada's saying is right. He can't be traded unless he wants to be traded. But even with that being said, it takes two to tango in a trade. So when you hear all these people, oh, you got to take a back seat, you got to fit in, you got to do this. If you want to break it down, you can take all four positions and name your top five. He's in one of the top five in all four positions outside of center. So where's the fitting in at?
Yeah, but you say that now?
I said for the last 23 years. For the last 23 years.
Okay, let's cut the shit. Let's cut the shit, get to the pure. MJ, LeBron James, who's the GOAT?
Here we go. I'm so tired of this conversation.
No, this ain't a tired
How did we
conversation.
even get here?
Yeah.
Yo, first of all, like, damn, I got to defend Braun again.
How do we even fucking get here, Joe?
He suckered you in. He suckered you in. Him. He lined you up.
Man.
No, I'm
Listen,
here
let me
to,
tell you
so
something.
you don't have to say this crazy shit ever.
Well, I don't gotta say this shit. Who's the GOAT, Rich boy? You're here. Who's
Now,
the GOAT? The mistake. He don't believe me. I'm outside. Maybe I'm talking to some other guys. When we get to the Jordan talk, yo, they used to call fouls. Yo, he used to play against white guys, Stockton.
It's a
He used to play
religious
against-
argument.
No,
They would say he played against plumbers.
Depending on
now
the
you
age
got the
group
white
of
guys
who you talking
busting everybody's ass right now. So what I'm trying to say is, who's the GOAT? That's all I'm saying. Can I get you on record?
LeBron James. I'm about to make y'all mad.
Is LeBron James, because you said for the last 23 years, he could be number one in every
I'ma
position.
say what I always
Are
said
you
to
going to
this.
say he's better than Michael Jordan?
I'm going to say
That's
I
your
always
man.
said to this, Joe.
I would say Rich Play is the best coach in the universe.
Now, I'm going to say that for my show. But this is what I'm going to tell
Oh,
you
you're
on
gonna
your
save
show.
that for your
I'ma-
show.
I'ma-
That's bullshit,
This is what I'm going to tell you on your show.
Why Rich Paul not saying yes?
This is what I'm going to tell you on your show. You judge guys by what? The rooms that you in, right? Who come in the rooms that Joe's in? You don't let anybody in the rooms that you go into,
That's
right?
a super fact. But LeBron James is
But let
the
me
man.
ask you this
I'm not
question.
saying
Let me
that.
ask you this question, Joe. Since you ain't paying my publisher, I got nothing, whatever. But long story. Listen to this. What room can Mike go in that LeBron can't?
Listen.
I'm saying, and by the way,
I don't think you want the answer to
Yes, I
that.
do. I
because-
want the answer.
Yo, that's MJ, man. This is a different type of.
But here's what I'm saying.
You know,
I'm
that's
asking you.
different.
See, until we get to
saying that, I'm not saying that.
And I say that respectfully though. That's not a
respectfully. Answer the question respectfully.
Ask the question.
Who's had sneakers selling for 30 years?
Listen, man, no
Hotter
one
than
How do you keep jumping from topic to topic?
I'm not asking me. He's talking about
flags
rooms.
and balls on my mind.
Yo, Jada, he's talking about rooms.
Well, you're not answering the question.
I was a baby when Jordans came out. You can't get
that Space Jam man was number 2. Jordan was the number
just
1.
Yeah, but you can't. Not sneakers.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You can't. That's not fair to even say that.
You think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
He talking to him.
We on our show. We on our show. You think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
What are you talking
That's
about?
crazy of you. That's fucking
like the
nuts.
way he just said it.
I just
what
asked.
room
No,
can he
you
go
to
with?
say it now.
He asked
Now
you the
you
room.
say it.
I think he
You
can go
say
in
it.
any room that he can
You
go.
think that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan?
He
Put it
asked
this
you
way.
what room
If you
can
on
he
the-
go
if
in
you-
somewhere
if-
that
if-
he can't go in?
If you're on the basketball greatness elevator and you get on and there's key access.
No, LeBron
you
is
know,
there.
What
He's
floor
third.
can he
He's
go
third.
to?
In my category, he's third. In my category, it opens up. Michael Jordan goes in. Then it actually goes up one flight before LeBron's and Kobe walks in. And then it goes up one flight and LeBron walks in.
Oh shit, this gonna get this. Yo, this gonna start a huge thing. Oh my god.
That's how I do it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's your
Okay.
opinion.
That's how you
He's
feel.
looking at me like I'm dizzy.
Nah, Rich Paul is huffing and puffing on the inside. Nah, he's trying to keep his composure for real.
No, that's your opinion.
He's looking at me like, I know that's your bread and butter. You got to protect
Put it this
it.
way. Let me do it another way. No, it's not my bread and butter. I built a real business. A real business.
No, you
Several.
got a real business.
No.
So the elevator don't stop for you the same way it stops for me. In the GOAT, you said if they get in the GOAT.
Now this is a hilarious interaction, man. But I want to see your guys' thoughts on that because obviously, you know, it's clear as day that, you know, Fat Joe got Jordan as the GOAT. But it's funny to see this reaction, man. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. That's hilarious. All right, moving on. All right, moving on. Should I do the Nah, I want to do the Luka thing first. The Luka and Dennis Schroeder thing first. Then I'll do the Ja Morant thing. I'll leave the Ja Morant as the last topic. So I was scrolling on Twitter and I was like, oh shit, why is Dennis Schroeder getting suspended? So it turns out that Dennis Schroeder got suspended for 3 games for reportedly slapping Luka Doncic. It says here, breaking. Dennis Schroeder 3-game suspension comes after he allegedly slapped Luka Doncic in the face outside the Lakers locker room after Luka said, "Should have signed that contract, baby." Now, for context, right? If you've been living under a rock, right? Dennis Schroeder fumbles bag. Damn, AI be cooking, boy. AI be cooking. So it says here, right? It says Dennis Schroeder fumbles the bag refers to widely publicized 2021 NBA offseason where he rejected the Los Angeles Lakers 4-year, $84 million contract extension, believing he could get a bigger deal in free agency, but ultimately signing a much smaller 1-year deal with the Boston Celtics, a decision he later joked about himself. So that's where the reference "should have signed that contract, baby" came from Luka Doncic, right? And clearly, I guess you could say you would think that sort of kind of is the reason why he got upset. Well, it turns out that the reason he slapped Luka, allegedly, is because Luka called him a bitch during the game. Shout out to Legends, man, because Legends knows how to basically sort of kind of make a video about these sort of kind of situations. So if you don't know who Legends is, he's goated. So I'm about to play his YouTube video where it shows exactly what was said between Luka and Dennis Schroeder. Where is it?
Luka Doncic and Dennis Schroeder.
Shout out to Legends, man. Follow Legends on Twitter, man. Shout out to Legends, man. Shout out to Legends.
Got into it. Not too many people know what led to it, so let's break it down. With 40 seconds left in the third, Luka missed a step back three. Schröder grabbed the long rebound, trying to push the ball. However, Luka swiped at him and Schröder didn't like it. He confronted Luka, saying that he'll slap him if he does it again. Knowing Luka, he didn't back down. Then, as Schröder walked to the line, Luka challenged him. The Kings missed the free throw, and Schröder had more to say.
I wonder if this is from. I think this is from last year. Did they play each other again? Let me confirm. Let me confirm. Real quick. I want to make sure I say the right thing. Huh. Okay. I guess it didn't happen then. My bad, y'all. My bad. Where is it?
Even Coach Doug Christie tried to defend Schröder, but Luka said, "He's talking too much. I love it." For those that don't know, these two have a long history. They've had their battles in Eurobasket, trying to carry their countries to victories. That competition also translated to the league, as Luka recently told Schröder, "I'm not f***ing with you." Basically, this runs deeper than just normal trash talk, as the Lakers came out on top.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even. I mean, obviously we all know they had, they play in, the for their respective countries. That makes sense. But I didn't know that they had like a little thing. Well, turns out that, he I think he went in the back of the locker room and he approached Luka and he slapped him. Now I also saw something where it said DeAndre Ayton had to hold him back. I don't remember if. So it says she confronted him in the hallway, right? Confronted him in the hallway. Oh, okay. So okay. So I'm not tripping. My bad. I thought I was tripping. I thought that they played each other last night. They didn't. So this is last year. So he confronted Luka in the hallway and swung at him after their matchup on December 28th. And he has been suspended for 3 games. Now the funny thing about this is, Schröder essentially doubled down, but the reporting that Shams came out with was that Schröder attempted to slap Luka. And this is what, and I think he commented under, did he comment under, I think he commented under Shams' tweet, but this is what he said. He's like, attempting. He's essentially saying, I slapped the shit out of that nigga. I slapped the shit out of him. And that's that. And I'm gonna take the 3-day suspension. Obviously, he's not gonna get. I don't think he's gonna pay. I don't think he's getting paid for it. But that was a hilarious thing that I saw. So let me know what y'all think about that, man. All right, last topic. Then I'm out of here. Gotta hit the gym and do a bunch of other shit. All right, last topic. Oh, speaking of John Morant. So, some breaking news came out a couple days ago that for the first time, the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining offers to potentially move 2-time All-Star John Morant ahead of the February 5th NBA trade deadline. It says here, multiple teams are pursuing Morant in trade talks, and rival executives believe the Grizzlies would prioritize draft picks and young players in return. Sources said Morant, who is 26, is under contract with the Grizzlies through the 2027-28 season. Now, John Morant tweeted shortly after the news came out. I think it was a Lil Duval. I think he retweeted Lil Duval's tweet. Where is it? So he posted this. He put, "Don't expect loyalty from someone in survival mode." So it's clear that Morant, obviously with the reports coming out, he got wind of the news and It's not looking too good in Memphis. Now, I was scrolling on YouTube earlier today, and I saw a video of fans reacting to the news of the Memphis Grizzlies possibly shipping Morant out. And a lot of Grizzlies fans were like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Check this out. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Where is it?
Memphis Grizzlies superstar Ja Morant potentially on his way out of the city after news broke earlier that the team is entertaining offers to move the two-time All-Star ahead of next month's trade deadline. WREG's Harrison Klopp is live in downtown tonight after the Grizzlies hosted the Thunder. And Harrison, how's it going out there?
Stephanie, good evening. I'll tell you what, it's pouring rain, perhaps symbolic of the vibes downtown right now. Not too high after the Grizzlies lose tonight to the Oklahoma City Thunder and have a fourth quarter collapse. But I'll tell you what, as you mentioned, the talk of the town in this city right now is no doubt about it, is Ja Morant going to be staying in Memphis?
Just stay here. Don't go nowhere else. Memphis is where you belong.
Grizzlies faithful right to the point with their message to Ja Morant and team ownership after news broke earlier from NBA insider Shams Charania that the team is entertaining offers to move their star player. Fans we spoke with tonight are hoping the Grizzlies and Morant can come to terms.
I hope they can figure something out ASAP, immediately, like tonight. Like tonight.
Grizzlies fan Paul Banks, who was wearing a Ja Morant jersey to tonight's game, added that
Morant is Memphis.
Player Morant's caliber is tough to come by.
I mean, we've never had somebody like him in our city. You know, I mean, it's brought a ton of good publicity, and you know,
it's very clear that Ja Morant is beloved in Memphis, but unfortunately, we all know back in November when he got suspended that one game for basically calling out the coaching staff, basically putting out information to the public saying, "Oh, go ask the coaching staff." You know, remember that interaction between him and the reporters. And they suspended him for a game. And since then, their relationship has been downhill. So, not looking too good in Memphis, man.
Shoe brand, everything. My son's a huge fan. All three of my boys are. Like, yeah, he represents Memphis.
Some fans even question what the team is capable of without the two-time All-Star.
Does not need to get traded because he's basically carrying the team. And that if he's gone.
I'm going to keep it a buck. Ja Morant is not carrying the team. I'm being very honest. Ja Morant is clearly their star player, but he's shooting career lows from all across the board. Career low in points. Yeah.
I think the Grizzlies might lose every game.
And while fans like Clovis Wright recognize what a potential playoff run could mean to the Bluff City, he hopes the face of Memphis sports can be a part of it.
Ja, we need you. Let's work it out. Stay in Memphis, okay?
Yeah, man. So it's very clear that, you know, a lot of fans are not in on Ja Morant or the Grizzlies shipping Ja Morant out, but you guys aren't going to like this one. If you're a Memphis fan watching this right now, you're not going to like this one. So a report came out saying that Ja Morant told players around the NBA and former coaches that he won't play for the Grizzlies, and his November suspension impacted relationships with his teammates. If you're a Grizzlies fan, you're not happy seeing this. Now, we got a couple commenters under the post. One guy says they're probably sick of him not keeping himself out of trouble. What did he expect? And, I mean, Ja Morant has had himself in a couple of issues, but I'll say this. He hasn't really been in that sort of kind of conversation as of late. And another guy says chump. But we all know the infamous post-game comments Ja Morant had the reporters where the current Grizzlies head coach called him out because of his lack of energy, lack of being a leader, just his body language in that game back in November. And here's what Ja Morant had to say to the this is what he had to say to the post-game reporters.
What went wrong to you today?
Go ask the coaching staff.
Do you feel like, I mean, there was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You go ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
What had been done? What could have been done different to get a different outcome, other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me. Honestly, that's what basically.
So I believe these comments he said, where they said probably don't play me, all this other stuff. In addition to the fact that he said that there was a whole spill in here, basically telling, revealing that they had a conversation as a team that, and as a guy who's in the locker room, that's just something you don't do, and I think that's the reason they suspended him.
Message was after, so it's cool.
The coaching staff message was it?
It's cool, bro. We good?
You didn't have anything physically wrong.
Now, following this game, right? Obviously we know he got suspended for a game, but following these post-game comments, he also came back saying, I think he lost his joy, something along those lines, that he lost his joy.
Were you and the coaching staff able to talk about what happened Friday and move on?
Y'all asked that question to them, huh?
What about for you?
Y'all asked that question, so y'all know the answer to that.
Do you feel like everything's been resolved?
Yeah. They told y'all that, right?
Well, yeah, but we didn't hear it from you.
I mean, look at his face, bro. You could tell he's just checked out. It just seems like he's checked out. And I think with the latest reports from Sham saying that, they're making him available possibly for a trade, he's 100% checked out.
Obviously, they can't go and tell y'all something I ain't say.
You feel like you get the same joy right now? Do we used the same feeling?
No.
Why not?
What can be done to get it back?
We'll see.
Do you think you have a good relationship with the franchise?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah. They told y'all that, right?
I didn't say anything about that.
If I had a good relationship, I wouldn't talk to him at all. So, and we had our combos over these.
Do you have any regrets about the way you played on Friday night in the second half?
You said.
So, yeah, man, it's very clear now. Honestly, my opinion on this is, I honestly believe that it may be the end of Ja Morant being in Memphis, but I think a change of scenery could possibly be good for him, because it's clear that he's checked out, and I think the fact that this report came out, and this is from ESPN, which is credible. Now we always got to take reports like these with a grain of salt, because sometimes these reporters do come out saying some stuff that just aren't true. So I'm not gonna say this is official, but from the outside looking in, it seems like Ja Morant and the Grizzlies are just not on the same page. And a change of scenery probably will be the best for Ja Morant. But I want to know your guys' thoughts on this in particular. That is a stream. That's a stream, guys. I appreciate the support. I'll be back probably tomorrow to stream on some more topics, but let me know what you guys think about this topic in particular. Make sure you guys follow me on the pages, BBALL Unlocked, on Threads, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. You can also follow BBALL Unlocked, the main YouTube page. Let me go here. Follow me on BBALL Unlocked in particular.
You and the coaching staff.
Follow me on BBALL Unlocked here. Subscribe to this channel. We're approaching 70 subscribers. I appreciate the support, and as always, guys, I will see you guys